Hello and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do a shorter video today just to get some divine guidance for you guys. This is intended to be guidance from your angels or another angelic source, a divine source. So we will see what messages they have for you today. I also want to say I'm very excited to be using this oracle deck. It is a deck that has been made by my friend Alice. The link to her Etsy shop will be in the description, where you can find this deck in both physical and printed forms. She also has some other decks on there. I know that she has a food and drink deck that I really love. That's very cute and cheerful, and that is in digital form. So if you're interested, the link will be in the description. And I will also include a link to her YouTube channel where she has some meditations and other spirituality type videos. And with that said, please feel free to pause the video, pick whichever card is speaking the most to you, and let's get into today's reading. Hello Pile 1 and welcome to your reading. In today's reading we are going to get some guidance from your angels or from another angelic or divine source, whoever's going to come through to help us today, and we will see what the cards have to say. And with that said, let's get right into it. And angels, what messages do you have for Pile 1 today? Pile 1's angels, what messages? Ooh, okay, we have the Daughter of Cups. This would be the Page of Cups. Messages. Dependence, angels. Okay. Alright, we have the Seven of Wands. Angels, what messages do you have for Pile 1 today? Okay. Okay, we have the Ace of Pentacles. I gotta say, the deck is behaving a little chaotically. I might have cut it out, but I've been shuffling for a while and the cards have fallen all over the floor. We've had a bunch of them kind of fly all over everywhere. They keep flipping in the deck, but it's always too many cards, so there might be a message. You might currently be in a little bit of a chaotic energy. You might have a lot going on. Might be feeling like just a little bit overwhelmed, or I don't know, there's just some element of chaos here, just in the way that the deck is behaving. But I do think that if there is a divine being or divine source that's trying to communicate with you, they might be having trouble getting their messages through, and it might be because there might be a lot of like noise or busyness going on in your mind that might be kind of blocking the messages or preventing clarity. Or it could be that there just might be some sort of spiritual interference, to put it that way. And so there might be just some advice just based on how the deck is behaving might be to do some energy work and energy clearing, energy cleansing might be helpful for you. You might already be doing that with the Seven of Wands, the person here. And if you are doing that, then I think the message would just be to continue to do that, because I think it is helping kind of clear away whatever chaotic energy or interference might be happening here. So I did want to say that, but we are going to get one more card for you. What messages do you have for Pile 1 today? Okay, we finally got your last card. Okay, and it is the Six of Wands. Okay. I think this is ultimately a positive message for you. I think that first of all, I'm just going to do a little bit of censorship here. I think that it's not explicit, but I don't want to take a chance with YouTube. So we're just going to do that. But I think there is a positive message here to keep going. Whatever you're working towards, keep going. You're on the right path. You're on the right track. There might be some energetic work that you are either currently doing or you're being encouraged to do. That might be part of what the guidance here is today. It could be that with the energy of the Page of Cups here, there could be a message that you might be feeling particularly creatively inspired right now. and particularly inspired to express yourself in a creative way. And that might be stirring things up for you. And it could be stirring things up in your energy that are meant to be processed and released. It might be stirring things up with other people in your interpersonal relationships. It could be creating some jealousy or some opposition from other people in your life. It's just giving me the sense of like the fish on these cards, on this card they're like swimming around and kind of bringing up silt from the bottom of the ocean, and it's creating some cloudiness, or it's just causing some chaos. And the good news is that this is going to clear away, and it's whatever you're working on or working towards here is going to pay off. It is going to have a positive outcome. So I'm going to go card by card to kind of describe what the potential messages here might be. So we are starting with the Page of Cups. This is a card that is very much associated with creativity, art, and particularly artistic works. It is associated with creative expression. It's a card very much associated with expression, and particularly expressing your feelings, because the Page is a messenger and Cups is related to our feelings and our emotions. And so being able to express your feelings in a creative way is something that would very much be associated with the Page of Cups. But this card can also come up when you are learning how to express your feelings, or when somebody might have recently expressed their feelings to you. And the thing about the Page of Cups is it is usually associated with positive associations. It's usually associated with good feelings, romantic feelings, happiness, fun, bright, positivity. It's usually a pretty sweet energy, but it can also carry a message that the Page of Cups will express all of their feelings, positive and negative. And we could even say these two fish swimming here in harmony represents the balance between all of our emotions, our entire emotional body, our positive feelings, our negative feelings, everything in between. And it's saying I'm embracing the entirety of this human experience, and the being able to and feeling safe to express all of my feelings is a privilege, and I'm going to feel grateful for that and take full advantage of it. So it could be that this resonates for you as learning how to express yourself, and there might be an aspect of creative expression, like creativity to it. And there could also be a connection to opening up the heart chakra in terms of every suit has two messenger cards. So there's the Page and the Knight. The Page is a more receptive energy. The Knight is a more assertive energy. And so the Page, I think, is more about like opening up to expression, emotional expression, opening up to, there is a connection to opening up and feeling receptive towards new connections, new relationships, and whether that is romantic or in any other way, it's saying I have the courage to show up as my authentic self. I have the courage to express my real feelings, whatever they may be. And there is like a hopeful and optimistic energy here, but the Page is also the youngest of the court cards. So this, again, it's giving me the energy of like, we are opening up our heart chakra for the first time in a long time there, and it might kick up some silt from the bottom of the ocean. It might, there might just be things that need to be released. There might be things that need to be processed. And it's like we're kind of like opening ourselves up to that process. If that resonates for you, that's something that's coming through there. The Page of Cups is usually a pretty positive energy, even with the message of expressing all of our different types of emotions. That's a healthy thing to do. Feeling like you are empowered to speak your truth. Speaks about like a high level of self-esteem and a high level of security. And again, it might be something that you are just learning to do, or there could be an alternate interpretation where this Page of Cups might represent somebody else expressing their true feelings to you, and that might be kind of causing a catalyst for you to make some sort of change. If that resonates for you, it's a general reading, so just take whatever resonates. But this is kind of giving me like I'm just starting to feel creatively inspired, and it's almost like taking the lid off the box and everything's kind of flowing out. And I think it's in a positive way, but there might just be a period here with the Seven of Wands where there might be some chaos, conflict, something going on here, because the Seven of Wands can talk about feeling the need to prove yourself. It can talk about feeling like you need to defend yourself against something. It can talk about needing to protect your energy and set clear and healthy boundaries. And there can be a message with this card, specifically a message from spirit, from a spiritual source, from your angels, to keep going, to continue to protect your energy the way that it might need to be protected, and also to know that you are being spiritually supported, and that you, like, this is like a fighter spirit. It's a fighter energy. It's feeling passionate. It is feeling like I am going to prove myself. I'm going to go the distance, even if I have naysayers, even if I have people who don't like whatever I have to say, whatever I'm expressing here. If there are people who don't want to hear it, you know, especially people who might be like close to you in your circle, it's usually, I would say, this is just my own personal opinion, usually coming from a place of insecurity or jealousy on their part. If you feel like you have been dealing with that, again, the message here would be you're doing a great job, keep going, and you're being encouraged to continue to protect your energy however you might need to do that. There's also a connection to the third eye on this card, like this person's third eye is glowing and they're meditating, and I mean, this card does talk about like maybe having like some energetic interference, energetic attacks from other people, again, who might not like what you're doing, who might be opposed to it in some way, who might not like what you have to say. And the idea is you can put yourself in kind of almost like a Zen state where you know that interference is coming from a source that does not have your best interest at heart. And at its core, it's not even really about you. It's about the other person and their own insecurities and their own feelings, you know? So, I mean, it might be directed at you, but it's like you don't need to take that in. You don't need to internalize that. And you have spiritual guidance and spiritual support here that is helping kind of, I'm even seeing like vibrations, like something that is vibrating, and that vibrational resonance is keeping negative energies away. To put it that way, I don't know if I described that well, but yeah, it's like using your high vibrational energy to push back unwanted negative influences. And I think that, again, if you're already doing that, you're just being encouraged to continue to do that. It is working. It is helping. If you're using some sort of protective crystal or stone, to continue to do that. And I'm particularly noticing, I don't usually look at this guy while I'm doing readings, but he's here on my desk. Oh. I just accidentally turned the light off. I'm sorry about that. He's here on my desk. That was very interesting as soon as I moved him and the light turned off. But he's here on my desk. This is my little smoky quartz angel. So smoky quartz in particular, or any crystal you have that might be kind of in the shape of an angel, and any black crystals in particular, I think are very good for protection. So any crystal you're using for energy protection, energy management, I think you're being encouraged to do that. Maybe particularly smoky quartz might be helpful for you. But I like this guy. I keep him on my desk to kind of protect my energy during reading. I was feeling drawn to that as I was talking about this kind of like energy protection being important right now. And if you're not currently working on that, I think that you are being encouraged to do that, especially the Page of Cups. Like, this is a very courageous energy. It is courageous to be open and vulnerable and express yourself creatively. It takes so much courage to do that, especially if you're putting it out there in some way, like opening it up to the public to be scrutinized or potentially criticized. You know, it would make sense that you're being encouraged to do some energy protection. If you if you are expressing yourself in some way. And there's always going to be somebody who has something to say, and so I think that might be the message there. But the good news here is we have the Ace of Pentacles and then the Six of Wands. And the Ace of Pentacles, this would be the beginning of something new. So like a new cycle, a new beginning, a new project, whatever it is, it's related to Pentacles. And Pentacles, this could be something that is, I just heard ground yourself, but we'll talk about that in a sec. Pentacles is related to career, money, finances. That might be something that resonates for you. So this card could be talking about starting a new job, or if there's some creative thing you're working on, it's like maybe starting an Etsy business or putting something on YouTube or doing something that would open you up to receiving payment for whatever you are working on. So there might be a connection to money, career, finances there. This card is, Pentacles is also connected with commitment and groundedness and the physical world. There's a root chakra connection there as well. And so sometimes if we're talking more in an energetic sense, the Ace of Pentacles could be talking about being willing to make a commitment to something new. And whether that is choosing to commit to yourself, choosing to commit to a spiritual journey, whatever it is, only you can say how this resonates for you, but there could be a connection to a new cycle that is represented by a commitment of some sort. And I did hear ground yourself, so that might be part of this energetic work you might be doing on the Seven of Wands, especially if you're feeling very passionate, like you have to prove yourself and people might be against you and maybe the odds are stacked against you, especially if you're trying to do something creative. It can feel like overwhelming, like how am I going to break into this industry? There's so many other people who are doing the same thing as me, and then how am I going to stand out? And I think that the good news here is on the Six of Wands, so you will. But like there is a successful message here. But it's like choosing to commit to the process regardless, and kind of might be like a kind of like releasing the outcome advice here as well. Just get started. Just start anywhere. With the Ace of Pentacles, it's like you might be feeling creatively inspired, having a lot of creative ideas, expressing yourself, and it's like, could be almost like an airy feeling, like a flighty feeling, like emotionally overwhelming feeling that might be a little bit chaotic. It might be a little bit ungrounded. That's the way to put it. And the message of the Ace of Pentacles would be, let's bring this into the physical. Let's take your creative ideas. Let's take whatever this is and bring it down into the physical. So this could be saying, if you have been working on your idea for a creative thing, like if you've, for example, let's just do an example. Let's say you have a particular color palette that you really like and you've been learning how to knit and you want to make a scarf using this color palette that you really like. The Ace of Pentacles would be when you actually sit down with your needles and whatever yarn you've purchased in this color palette and actually get to work making the thing. That would be represented by the Ace of Pentacles. It could also be the part in the process where if you already have your knitted final product and it looks great and the color palette's fantastic and you love it, and the Ace of Pentacles could be the representative of when you open your Etsy store and put it up for sale. So it's like the beginning of something new. There's a connection to finances, career, money. There's a connection to the physical world, making something physically real. Aces also represent opportunities. So there might be some opportunity that's going to come in for you. The Page is a messenger. There are just and it could even be saying there might be some, like a creative type of person who might, and maybe somebody who's younger than you, might be coming in to kind of inspire you in some way. And it's like it's an opportunity to commit to something, and it could very well be related to career. It could be related to, but this is like, let's physically work on a project. Let's make it real. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Like that is kind of what I'm associating with this Ace of Pentacles. And I want to say I apologize, I'm getting very spacey, which does happen sometimes in videos. And so I want to apologize if I start to lose track of what I'm saying. We have the Six of Wands here, and the Six of Wands, this is why I'm saying this is good news. We have the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands talks about recognition. It talks about victory, success, having people recognize and reward you for your hard work, and particularly if you're doing something that has a creative element to it, whether you would say like it's artwork or not, like even content creation, anything that would be recognized on this Ace of Pentacles, even if it's just a new job, even if it's a new job that's just like a typical 9-to-5 office job, it could still be saying you're gonna like fast track up the promotions. Like this is a very positive message about receiving the recognition that you want and that you deserve. And it's like your hard work is going to pay off. So with the Seven of Wands message of keep going, embrace your warrior spirit, protect your energy, keep going despite whatever, like if you have a negative influence in your life or other people are trying to disrupt you. It's like crabs in a bucket. Like some people don't want to see their friends succeed because it makes them feel bad about themselves. It's not, it's just, you don't need to internalize that. Like it's not about you, And so I think there's definitely a message here. Keep going. If someone comes to you with an offer or an opportunity to invest or commit to something new, you're being encouraged to follow that thread, because it's going to lead to recognition, success, and this is like a positive payoff for whatever you want. Six of Wands is also very auspicious if you're trying to do anything online. There could be a connection to your thing going viral, and then suddenly you have like thousands more subscribers than you ever thought you would have, and it's because you're doing something that really resonates for other people. Like you're really putting something out there that other people can identify with, and especially if you're being really authentic about your emotions and your feelings and who you are as a person. And it's like people can tell when you are being genuine, and a lot of people will really respond to that. And it's like it's the start of something new where you're finally being recognized for what you're doing in a positive way, as opposed to maybe having some again, like negative interference here. People maybe trying to bring you down. People don't really like what you're doing, etc. Ignore the naysayers. Keep going. You're doing a great job, and you will receive the recognition that you deserve. That's kind of the message here. I also want to say this looks like an eagle to me, particularly like a bald eagle with the white head. So eagles might be important spiritual messengers for you. Your spirit guides might show up as an eagle, or as like another kind of bird of prey, like a hawk or a falcon, or like that kind of family of birds. Might be an important spiritual messenger for you. And if it is, and again, general reading, only take whatever resonates, but if it is, whenever you see like an eagle or a hawk or whatever, that could be a message specifically from your angels, from a divine source, that you're doing a great job, keep going. And then I also want to point out the fish here, definitely giving me Pisces vibes. It is a Cups card associated with water. So you might have Pisces placements, and if you do, it might be an encouragement to like look up the meaning of your specific Pisces placements in your chart and really kind of lean into that if that resonates for you. Otherwise, I wouldn't worry about it, because I think this is like Pisces in relation to the Page of Cups would talk to me about just being very and feeling very emotionally connected, but there might also be kind of an ethereal, dreamlike quality to it. It's even reminding me of how spacey I get sometimes during readings, and so there might be, with the Ace of Pentacles, it's like, let's take all this stuff, it's great. Let's also work on grounding so that we don't kind of fly away, or swim away, I guess. So again, just take that however it resonates. So now we are going to get into the Oracle cards. We're going to get some messages for you. And I do want to say I'm very excited to be using this deck. It is a deck that was made by my friend Alice. It's called the Guidance and Wisdom Oracle Cards by Alice Hung. And her Etsy shop is called Heal and Bliss. Her YouTube channel is also called Heal and Bliss. The link to both will be in the description of this video. But I love this deck. And I am excited to use it in today's reading. So the first message that we have for you is, okay, we have the wheels of justice may turn slow, but they will turn. And I definitely would think that this might be connected with the Seven of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Six of Wands. It's like, you will be victorious. You will receive the connection you deserve. There might just be a period where people are not, they're not recognized. They're not giving you that recognition. And it's like, it's up to you to kind of push through that. It's up to you to kind of like keep going, embrace your warrior spirit with the faith that eventually you will be successful, that your hard work is going to pay off. Whatever you invest in, like sometimes this Ace of Pentacles can depict somebody, and there's flowers here, it's somebody planting something, planting a seed. Like this is a seed, the seed of something. This is confirmation that your seed will grow into a big, beautiful tree. Whatever you're investing in will pay off. It might be slow. Pentacles is a slow-moving suit. The Six of Wands might not happen immediately. There might be initial resistance. There might be people who misunderstand you, who don't like what you're doing just because they're jealous of you having the courage to express yourself, and in ways that they don't want to do, or they don't have the courage to do that themselves. And putting yourself out there and being vulnerable takes a tremendous amount of courage, and there are people who will attack you just for doing that, regardless of whatever you're saying. So this would be like, keep going, that you will receive the recognition you deserve in time, in due time. The things that you are investing in will pay off. You will get the outcome that you want, and it's going to be beautiful when it does happen. That's how I'm interpreting that. And then we have, we have, when life gets too hard to stand, kneel. And this might be, it is taking me to the Seven of Wands. It's like, it can be hard. It can be hard, especially if we might feel like everyone is against us, or things aren't going the way that we want them to, or the way that we had hoped that they would. There's a message about surrender here. Like surrendering to the process, surrendering to divine timing, surrendering to the knowledge that the wheels of justice are turning. We might just not be able to see it right now. And especially with on this card, this person, their connection to, like, this is someone who's meditating, and they have an open third eye. It's like your connection to spirit and to spiritual support and angelic divine support is something that you can lean on to help you get through whatever hard time or whatever energetic thing is going on here on the Seven of Wands. You can rely on spirit. You can ask for help. You can literally ask spirit and your angels for help when things get too hard, and just, it's like, when it's too hard, it's just, I'm hearing the fall on your knees from it's a Christmas song. It's like Holy Night or something like that, where it's, fall on your knees. Like, it's just, you can surrender because you are being divinely supported. And again, like, if you literally need to ask your angels or your spirit guides for a sign or a symbol or a specific thing, you can totally do that. And I know that when I have done that in the past, I have received that confirmation. When I specifically asked for one specific symbol from spirit to let me know that they were listening to me, and the next time I watched a tarot video, the tarot reader mentioned that thing, and mentioned that they didn't know why spirit was showing them this thing, but they were. And so that was a confirmation to me. You can ask for help. You can ask for guidance. You can ask for signs and symbols of support, and spirit will show up for you. Your angels will show up for you. So I wanted to say that. And of course, you can also reach out to other people in your life for help as well. If you do have like trusted, loving individuals as well, I think that, if you need to, if you feel like you need to, you can always reach out for help to anybody who you can trust to genuinely and sincerely want to help. And then, in the end, we only regret the chances we didn't take. So with the Ace of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands, you might be considering quitting or giving up. You might be considering, if it's been too hard and you feel like you haven't seen the payoff yet, you might be then, understandably, especially if you've been facing a lot of resistance, if it's energetic resistance, if it's literal resistance in terms of people being mean to you or people telling you it's never going to work out or whatever it is, if you have people working against you or attacking you energetically, you know, I could understand wanting to give up or wanting to not invest in whatever this Ace of Pentacles is talking about. The message here would be, don't let the bastards grind you down. Like, just, you know, there is a lot of encouragement from your angels today to keep going, to invest in the Ace of Pentacles. It is going to work out eventually. Even if the wheels of justice are slow, they're still turning. And in the end, I think it's like, in my own personal opinion, it is better. I would rather have the regret that I tried. I genuinely tried. I did everything I could. I kept going despite the naysayers. You know, I did my best. And it didn't work out, than to have the regret that I didn't try, or I didn't push through, or I didn't invest in the Ace of Pentacles. You know, like, just as a concrete example, I think I would really have regretted not taking the chance to start my YouTube channel. You know, I would really have regretted that a lot more than any other regret I might have had, you know, just because it would have been, I would never have known whether anybody would have resonated with my videos. I would never have known, you know, and it's like, I just would rather embrace the entire experience of life, the good things and the bad, the positive emotions and the negative emotions, than to keep myself locked away and isolated. You know, it's like the Page of Cups. It's like, I'm going to express all of my feelings because it helps me connect with other people. It helps me form new relationships that are based on something genuine and authentic. Which is really important, versus, you know, if I just keep those feelings to myself, I might never find my soul family. I might never connect with people in a genuine way. So again, in the end, we only regret the chances we didn't take. You are being encouraged to go for something. Like, if you feel inspired about something, if you have a creative idea, if you have an idea to start a shop or a YouTube channel or whatever it is, if you, like on the Ace of Pentacles, if you are offered a job, if you're offered something, it's like, if you have the opportunity to take a chance on something, you are definitely being encouraged to go for it. And the Six of Wands is a confirmation that it will be successful. You are going to receive the recognition that you deserve, even if it's not immediate. Because at the very least, you can rely on the fact that your angels and your spirit guides see you and support you. And so do I. And so I think that those are the messages that I have for you today, Pile 1. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please feel free to give it a like. Please comment down below and let me know how this resonated for you. If you like my videos and you want to see more from me, you can feel free to subscribe to my channel. So thank you very much for watching, Pile 1, and I do hope to see you in my next video. Hello, Pile 2, and welcome to your reading. In today's reading, we are asking your angels for some guidance. So this will be guidance coming from an angel, an angelic source, a divine source, you know, however that resonates for you. And we will see what comes out in the cards. So with that said, let's get right into it. Okay. Okay. All right, I didn't even get the words out, and you guys have all your cards come out together, and I think that this is beautiful. We have, okay, very interesting. We have the Three of Cups. Okay, I was saying this is beautiful because I think this card is beautiful. Okay, we have the Nine of Swords, the Six of Swords, and the Hanged Man. Okay. Alright, so right off the bat, this is a different energy with a different message from Pile 1. So like a distinct difference here in terms of what I think is going on. Yeah, so with the Three of Cups and the Nine of Swords, this is there's either a narrative here about what has happened to you, or like recently, or even in the distant past, that has created some negative. This is like a dark time in your life, or there is an energetic shift between these two cards because they're such different energies. First of all, there definitely could be a way to interpret this. The Three of Cups to the Nine of Swords. Somebody might have cheated on you, and it might have really thrown you into like a depression, like a just feelings of hopelessness, despair, like sleepless nights, anxiety. Things are never going to get better. It's like feeling trapped in this web, and there's a spider with 8 swords, coming to attack you. It's just the Nine of Swords is a very heavy energy, and the Three of Cups can sometimes carry a message about cheating, because it's like three in cups, which is tied to relationships, can be a message about a third-party situation in a relationship, and being followed by this Nine of Swords. I could see an interpretation where somebody cheated on you and it threw you into a depression. I think the rest of this is a positive message, but this might just be context for something that has happened. Or it could be something you're currently going through. But if that doesn't resonate for you, this would, again, the Three of Cups to the Nine of Swords, this is a profound energetic shift. The Three of Cups is an energy of celebration. It is, like you can see 3 people raising their cups. It's feelings of joy, connectedness. It can be tied to friendship, like feeling like you have, your soul family. You have and it's like, let's celebrate with our friends. Let's have a good time. Let's raise a glass to all the beautiful, positive things that are going on in our life. And I think even like yellow roses are symbols of friendship. So the Three of Cups can be a very bright, positive, celebratory energy where we feel like we are surrounded by, our best friends and our soul family with a lot of emotional support. And there's just plenty to celebrate. It can bring like really genuine, profound feelings of gratitude. And then we have the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords, again, it's a very heavy energy. It can talk about anxiety, sleepless nights, despair, hopelessness, depressive thoughts, feeling like we're never going to get out of it. I mean, if you could understand, being trapped in a web like this is like, how the heck am I going to get out of this situation? It's that hopeless feeling of like, there's a spider bearing down on me, and I don't know how to escape from this. So this can be a very heavy energy. And so regardless of what caused this shift, if there was a betrayal, if there was something happened here, or this could even be something that's totally just related to brain chemistry, if just things are going great or they're great on paper, you might be going through a depressive episode because of your brain chemistry, and that is something that is totally normal, but there is a positive message here about transitioning away from that, and there's a message about getting to a positive place of acceptance rather than feeling trapped or stuck, to put it that way. So I think I did get a little bit off track. I will say I'm feeling a little bit spacey today. That sometimes happens during readings, and usually I feel like the reading's not turning out very well. And then, and then some of the comments will say that it really resonated. So I don't know. I guess the spaciness is part of the channeling process. But so I apologize if I go off on a tangent or if I don't finish a thought. What I was trying to say is you might currently be in this Nine of Swords energy. There's good news here about like an energetic shift, like a perspective shift here, where you will not be feeling like this forever. You are not going to be stuck in this feeling of hopelessness or despair, whatever heavy energy is going on here. It will get better. That is what is being described here in the Six of Swords and the Hanged Man. It will get better. Or you might be currently, this might be your angel kind of your angels recognizing that you are moving away from, like, there's processing and healing that you're going through that is helping you move away from this Nine of Swords energy towards the Hanged Man energy, which this is a much healthier place to be in terms of your mental health. And I will also say we don't have the Star card here, but there's lots of star imagery on the, like in the background of these cards, and the star is a symbol of faith and hope and healing, and so that's like it's like a common theme in these cards. So I would say there's like a background message related to hope, faith, healing. You are moving towards a positive place, and there's an element of faith that is involved in that, like having faith that things will get better, and again, like the positive aspect here is related to the Six of Swords and the Hanged. I do think it's like really interesting that like in several readings in the past couple of months, I've had both the Nine of Swords and the Hanged Man come out, and it's like the transition from the Nine of Swords to the Hanged Man. It's like your external circumstances might not have changed. So, like for example, if this Nine of Swords is tied to maybe you're in a bad living situation. Maybe you're living with like a toxic person who's really hard to be around, and they're so draining and they're so negative all the time, and it's really hard to be in that energy, and it's feeling like for financial reasons, maybe you can't get away from that situation right now. But the transition to the Hanged Man would be saying, I have learned how to cope with whatever the situation is. Even though my circumstances might not have changed, my perspective has changed. I have done inner healing work. I've done spiritual transformational work so that I can move from the Nine of Swords to the Hanged Man of acceptance. If this is what my situation currently is, and I don't have a practical way to change the circumstances of my situation, at the very least, I can change how I feel about it. And I can learn healthy ways to cope with a situation that I might not have chosen to be in, but that I might not have the resources to change directly. If that resonates, like that might be a part of the message here, because the Six of Swords does talk about a transition. It talks about moving from one phase into the next phase, and it's usually a process of healing. You can even see there's a boat, it does. The Six of Swords does usually depict like a boat or some other transportation, and it's like we're going on a journey. This is part of our spiritual journey, and this boat is being held aloft by butterflies, and butterflies are a symbol of transformation. Like we're going on through a transformative process from one phase, which would be represented by the Nine of Swords, to a different phase, which would be represented by the Hanged Man. But the reason why I'm saying your literal circumstances might not have changed is because the Hanged Man talks about this, like remaining in the status quo, not making major changes, not needing to move ahead. There's a message about if I'm hanging upside down, I have accepted that this is where I am meant to be right now. I have accepted that my circumstances are what they are, and that if something is meant to change, it will change in divine timing. There's a big element of needing to take it on faith that whatever is going on here is happening for a reason, and that you will not be stuck or trapped forever, that things will change eventually, but there's an element of divine timing that needs to be taken into account. So it's like we're transitioning from a feeling of hopelessness and despair to a feeling of faith and acceptance, even though your physical, literal circumstances might not have changed, or they might not have changed that much. And I mean, the Hanged Man also, because it's depicting somebody hanging upside down, there's a message about shifting your perspective. So I would just take that as a confirmation. I do also think it's interesting that this Hanged Man is in space. There's there's planets here, but the planetary cycles and astrological phenomena might have an impact So working with the planets, working with your astrological chart, working with the moon cycles maybe, might be something that resonates for you as something that has been helpful for you in terms of helping you find a framework for your experiences here, and kind of maybe like giving some meaning to certain experiences that you've had, so that you don't feel like you're just kind of like floating through chaos with no element of control. You know, it's like the element of control that you do have is being able to change your perspective on something. So that is a message here. I also want to say I was getting an intuitive sense with the narrative we have here that's beginning with the Three of Cups. There might be something that resonates for you, as you might have had a period of time where your heart chakra was very open, where you were making new friends, making new connections. Everything was great. You were very open to other people, and you might have felt like you had found your soul family. You might have felt like, oh, like I'm finally where I'm meant to be. Things are going great. I'm so open to these new experiences, and everything felt fantastic. And then it might have fallen apart. And it, like through no fault of your own. It could just be like people didn't turn out to be who you thought they were, or you just like drifted apart and lost touch, or something dramatic might have happened. Somebody might have cheated on you, you know, but there could be a way to interpret this where you were in a period where your heart chakra was very open, and then it closed because of a bad experience. There was an energetic shift. We don't have a ton of context for exactly what happened, but there was a profound energetic shift to the Nine of Swords. And it's like, this is the spiritual work on the Six of Swords of healing and getting away from this Nine of Swords, this hopeless, helpless feeling, towards saying like, I at least have the power to do whatever I can do to make sure that I am supporting my own mental health. And you might have even, this might be describing a journey where you embraced your spiritual journey, where you embraced the support that you do have from Spirit in the universe. And maybe you might have gotten really into astrology with all of the planets here. So again, just take that however it resonates. So that's what I'm seeing in the tarot. We are going to get into the oracle cards. I'm very excited to be using this deck. This is the Guidance and Wisdom Oracle deck by my friend Alice. And the link to her Etsy shop will be in the description, as well as her YouTube channel. They are both called Heal and Bliss. So if you're interested, the links will be in the description. And I'm very excited to use this deck because I love it. And the first card that we have for you is... okay, we have, I love you for bringing out my true self. And we could interpret this a couple of ways. This might be related to, if you felt like this Three of Cups might have been something where you were very open to other people's energy, and feeling very excited, and like you had found your soul family, and you know these were going to be best friends for life, and it didn't turn out that way, and that might again have really caused some pain and heartbreak here, and maybe feelings of hopelessness, feelings of despair, feelings of perhaps insecurity or inadequacy. And maybe part of this transition on the Six of Swords was really improving and working on your self-esteem and getting to know who you are as a person, like going on a journey of self-discovery, so that you could get to a place where there was some sense of acceptance that might have been involved in embracing spirituality, exploring your spiritual side, however that resonates for you. But I think that there's maybe a connection to self-discovery. So it's like, I love you for bringing out my true self, even though there might have been a falling out, even though I might not talk to you anymore, even though our relationship might have ended, and it might have ended badly. I love you for bringing out my true self, for being the catalyst for this spiritual journey, this journey of healing and transformation that has led me to be in a good place. Like the energy of the Hanged Man is, it's calm, it's peaceful, there is an element of surrendering to the divine that is like, I can relax because I know that I'm being spiritually supported. And that might be part of your true self. Part of your genuine energy is being in the energy of this Hanged Man. Like maybe if you went through a period of time on the Nine of Swords where you were feeling very anxious, where you were feeling like things are very much out of control. It's getting to the Hanged Man is the acceptance that certain things are outside of your control, and that's okay. It's like this might have not been a genuine energy for you. It might not have been like a real part of your personality. It might just have been like just not knowing how to cope with what happened. And so again, it's like there might be a sense of gratitude for whatever this energetic shift was between the Three of Cups and the Nine of Swords, because it helps you connect with your most genuine self. That could be a way to interpret this. There could also be a way to say, the other people being represented here on this Three of Cups might also have gone through journeys of self-discovery after whatever happened. There might just be an additional message about that, if that is helpful for you to hear. Yeah. It's a similar message here. I may not be perfect, but at least I am not fake. And definitely I could see that being like the transition from the Nine of Swords to the Six of Swords and the Hanged Man. For sure, like a journey of self-discovery so that you could connect with your most authentic, truest self and accept the fact that, you know, we are all imperfect beings, but at least like you're more connected now to your truest, most authentic self than you were when you were in this Three of Cups energy. And I think there's a sense of gratitude that you might be feeling for that. And or these cards might be messages from your angels to try to work towards feelings of gratitude for your experiences because they have helped you connect with your most authentic self, which is a beautiful thing. And the fact that you had the courage to go on that journey of self-discovery is amazing, because a lot of people don't make that choice. They will either choose to stay in the Nine of Swords because they feel hopeless, or they'll just like skip away, or they will avoid their feelings and shut them down forever, which is not a healthy way to go. And the good news about this is when you get to a place where you have a Three of Cups in your life again, when if you're if you're working on opening your heart chakra back up again after a painful experience, if you're working on getting to a place where you feel like you can invite new relationships in, whatever it is, if that is something that resonates for you, the good news would be now you are showing up to those connections as your genuine, authentic self in a way that might not have been true. Like there's no more people pleasing. There's no more of that stuff, being overly accommodating, making it all about the other person. If that's something that resonates for you, it's like because you have a much deeper understanding of who you are as a person and you're showing up as your authentic self, you are much more likely to attract your genuine soul family in towards you, because you're putting out into the universe, here I am, this is me, this is the real me. And that's going to attract the people in towards you who are meant to be in your life in divine timing. Okay, and then we have, you would rather lose your pride for true love than to lose your true love for pride. And that might be a description of what happened. Somebody being represented on this Three of Cups might have let pride or ego get in the way of the connection. If there might have been somebody who cheated, or there might have been a third-party situation here, and somebody was making choices based on pride or ego, that like if there was a relationship that ended, even if it was a friendship or a friends group, like there just somebody was acting out of their ego and was too prideful to kind of engage in the vulnerability that would lead to genuine emotional intimacy. And so that might be part of the lesson here, is part of your journey of self-discovery might have been either going through an ego death or learning that you don't ever want to be somebody who is acting out of your ego or acting out of your pride. It's like reminding me of the definition of humility. It's not about having an inferiority complex. Like humility is about having a real deep understanding of who you are. It's having a deep understanding of both your strengths and your weaknesses. You know, I may not be perfect, but at least I'm not fake. I know who I am and I show up as that person. Strengths and weaknesses, you know, like the full package. This is who I am. And that is humility. It's like having a solid understanding of who you are, and being able and willing to celebrate and highlight and play to your strengths, and at the same time saying that these are things that I'm working on. These are my weaknesses. These are things I'm not great at, and I'm working to heal those things, and I'm a work in progress, you know, and that is what true humility is. And so that might be part, again, of something that you're learning. And if it is, then I think that, like, your angels are really proud of you for having had the courage and the strength to go through this process. And like the Knight of Swords is not easy. The narrative on these cards, this is not an easy journey to choose to undertake. And the fact that you have chosen to do that, like, regardless of wherever you are on this journey, just having the courage to, like, face your fears, face doing the shadow work, the spiritual work here, is in itself a strength, and something that I think you should feel very proud of. And your spirit guides are very proud of you, and your angels are very proud of you as well. And honestly, I love this energy of authenticity. I think it's really inspiring, Pile 2. So with that said, those are the messages that I have for you today. Your pile might be a little bit shorter than pile 1's, just the messages were coming through a little bit more clearly. But if you did like the video, please feel free to give it a like. Please comment and let me know how this resonated for you. If you like my channel and you want to see more from me, you can feel free to subscribe. And as I said, this deck will be linked in the description if you are interested. She also has other really cool decks, and there's like a food and drink deck that I really love that is very cute, and I'm looking forward to using that in a video as well. So with that said, thank you for watching Pile 2, and I do hope to see you in my next video. Hello Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. In today's video we are going to be asking for some angelic guidance, so guidance from your angels or angelic beings or a divine source of some sort, whatever resonates for you. And with that said, let's get right into it. Pile 3's angels, what messages do you have? Okay. Alright, we have the Six of Wands. These angels, what messages? Okay. Interesting. Okay, we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Son of Pentacles. This would be the Knight of Pentacles. Alright, Pile 3, something strange is happening. I keep trying to take cards and half the deck keeps coming out. I did see the Queen of Pentacles, and then Spirit kept showing me the Queen of Pentacles, like in my mind, and then I asked whether I should take it, and they said yes, so I'm looking through the deck to find the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, Pile 3. So I did have to censor this card. There's a little bit of nudity in this deck, and it's a little bit too spicy for YouTube. But that is the Queen of Pentacles. It's definitely interesting. We have all this Pentacles energy. And it is also interesting that we're starting with the Six of Wands. And it's interesting because Pile 1's reading ended with the Six of Wands. Their spread ended with the Six of Wands. So it's almost like this spread is like a continuation of what's going to happen after the Six of Wands. So that's interesting. So, I mean, if you did feel drawn to Pile 1, there might be additional messages there for you as well. But this is definitely a different message. This is like almost talking to me about like grounding or recentering after like a positive experience where we got the thing we wanted. Something positive has happened, and now we are working hard towards the future. And there is like the Six of Wands talks about victory, success, recognition. It's not necessarily as like fast or viral as the Eight of Wands, but it is. It's like it's excited, passionate energy where like people are recognizing our hard work. They're like giving us the attention and admiration that we've deserved, that we've worked hard for. And so it's like also connected with victory and success. So it's like whatever you've been trying to achieve, with the Six of Wands coming out here, it's like we've achieved a milestone. We've had some sort of success or victory. We're starting to see that people are recognizing us, and they're kind of celebrating the things that we are creating or working hard on, and so if that's not quite resonating for you, if you feel like you're not quite there yet, then the message might be, this might be something that is imminently on the horizon for you. And then the advice here would be of how to handle how to handle your life after this happens. But it's definitely interesting, and we're starting with the Six of Wands. So you are receiving the recognition that you deserve, and being like celebrated for something. And then the next card we have, and this is like very related energy. The next card we have is the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles talks about like hard work, commitment, skill building, showing up every day and doing the work that you need to do. And it's usually coming from a place of like wanting, like I want to be here. I want to show up every day. This thing that I'm working on is important to me, and so I'm going to continue to commit myself to putting the work in to produce whatever I'm trying to produce here. And so, if this could be saying like, there's some initial success for something that you're working on, and is driving you forward to keep working on whatever it is. It's like I know that there is interest in what I am doing, so I'm going to commit myself to continuing to do the thing because I can see the payoff, which is a beautiful positive message. And it's similar, very much related to the Knight of Pentacles as well. The Knight of Pentacles is an energy of forward momentum, but it's like slow and steady progress. It's like, let's enjoy the journey as well as the destination. Let's have fun with what we're doing. There's ants on this card of like, hard work, commitment, dedication, taking it one day at a time, taking one step forward at a time, knowing that we will eventually get to our destination. It's like, let's commit to putting our time, energy, and resources one day at a time towards our goal. And the message is it's going to pay off. It for sure is. You're seeing an initial success, and then there's confirmation here that yes, there's long-term success here for you as well when you commit to doing the work of whatever you're working on and taking it as like a, one day at a time, very methodical energy here, very grounded, practical energy here. And I do think it's also interesting that we have 2 bees on this card and then 4 ants on this card. And ants are a symbol of teamwork. And then we have the 2 bees working together. There might be a message here that you might be working in collaboration with somebody else, or sharing ideas with someone, or whatever it is, or there might be a message about teamwork or collaboration. That is helpful for you. This could even just be saying, I'm working together with spirit, with the support of spirit. But there is like a teamwork makes the dream work kind of energy here with the 2 bees and then the ants there as well. But I think that the basic message with these 2 similar energies is, I'm going to commit to showing up every day, and eventually we'll get to where we're trying to go. And then like the Queen of Pentacles, it's like, first of all, it's another pentacle card. It's like the initial success and then long-term financial success. It's like we might even be, there might be a way to interpret these 3 cards where we're saying, because there's initial interest in whatever I'm doing, I'm going to reinvest. Maybe invest money. I'm definitely going to invest time and energy. I might invest some money in whatever this thing is, because I know that people are interested in what I'm doing. And so I'm gonna commit to making an investment of some kind. And again, there is a lot of confirmation here that it is going to pay off. Like, that's a message from your angels in this reading today. Yes, you will be successful. Hard work is going to generate long-term success, and that is long-term like success in terms of recognition, and also like financial security, financial stability. The Queen of Pentacles is financially secure. And the Queen of Pentacles also carries a message, even though there's energy of collaboration and teamwork and working with others. There's 2 rabbits on this Queen's shoulders. like you're not alone in this process. But the Queen of Pentacles does also talk about self-employment. It talks about there's a level of independence to the Queen of Pentacles, of like not needing to rely on other people for support, and at the same time she has an energy of being very nurturing, and you know, she has like a warm energy where she is generous with her time and energy and resources, but at the same time it's like she takes care of herself as well, to put it that way. So that might resonate for you as something that you're working on. Like it might be related to a career or a creative project or a side hustle or whatever you're doing. That might, like fully, with all this Pentacles energy, might be related to your career. But there could also be a way to interpret these cards where what you are investing your time, energy, and resources into, what you are working really hard on, what you are showing up every single day to do, might have to do more with like your spiritual development, shadow work, interpersonal relationships, therapeutic work, however that resonates for you. There could definitely be a way to interpret these cards where it's not really connected to your career or finances, but more towards personal or spiritual development. In which case the basic message would be the same. Yes, your hard work is paying off. It is okay to work with other people, collaborate with other people. That's probably going to really help things continue to move forward. And at the end of the day, with the message here being the Queen of Pentacles, this is a message again about financial security, perhaps self-employment. There's a certain degree of independence if you're working towards financial independence. This would be a confirmation that you will get there. And it is also a healthy and grounded energy of being generous and nurturing to others as well. So there might be some aspect of what you're working on that has to do with that, like giving back your time and energy to other people, perhaps people who have helped you along this journey. But it's in like a healthy and balanced way. And then I also want to say, like, this Six of Wands might be like very exciting and a little bit chaotic. Like there might just be like a lot happening if something suddenly takes off, or you get recognized for something, or you receive an award for something. Could be represented on the Six of Wands. Things might suddenly be taking off. And then there's all this very grounded Pentacles energy. So if there's advice here with all these Pentacles cards, it would be to make sure you are also taking care of like your physical responsibilities, taking care of your body, your physical self, doing grounding work if that is helpful for you, maybe doing some yoga, connecting with your body in whatever way works for you. There might be some additional advice if you feel like things are getting a little bit ungrounded just because there's passion and excitement here. It's like the message would be, hey, let's ground ourselves. Let's bring it back to one day at a time. What can I do today to support my goals? What can I do today to work a little bit towards this future that I want to have as the Queen of Pentacles? And like regardless of your gender, you're being represented here as both the Knight and Queen of Pentacles. And those are fantastic energies, and they're especially auspicious when it comes to your career or work life, because there is a confirmation here that this might be short-term success. You are working towards long-term success. So either way, however this resonates, this is a positive, a beautiful message for you, pile 3. And so we are going to get into the Oracle cards. I'm very excited to be using this deck. This is the Guidance and Wisdom Oracle cards by my friend Ellis, and the link to her Etsy shop and YouTube channel will be in the description. Both the shop and the YouTube channel are called Heal and Bliss. And so if you're interested in this deck, I would highly recommend it. And the first card that we have for you is the best view comes after the hardest climb. And I love that, because there are cards here that talk about hard work. It's like, let's break the hard work down into manageable chunks, but it's still like, this is hard work. This is being willing to commit to a process that takes time. And this is even reminding me of the saying, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and so the best view comes after the hardest climb. Like, this might be a long, hard journey of really kind of putting your nose to the grindstone, but with the best view, it's like it is going to pay off. Your hard work, your commitment, your dedication to whatever you're working on it's 100% going to pay off with the best view. You are, by committing to this path, you are generating the best possible future for yourself, in terms of it's helping you move on to a timeline where you are receiving all of the rewards that you deserve. You're receiving the recognition that you deserve. This might be like an initial recognition, and then there's confirmation that you will receive whatever you want by committing to this path. Even though it might be hard and like a little, like maybe even like a little bit slow during the process. Again, there's confirmation that you were working towards long-term success. Yeah. Patience is a virtue. Virtue is a grace. Yeah, patience. Definitely. Eight of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, very patient energy. Even the Queen of Pentacles, very patient energy. It's like we know that we're going to get to our goal eventually. So let's commit to the process. Let's trust the process and just show up every day and do whatever we could do every day, because we know that eventually we're going to get to the top of this mountain and we're going to have an amazing view, and we will have earned it. And for sure, yes, that is definitely being confirmed here. So if you're struggling with patience, the message would be, let's refocus, reground, take a break if you need to, and remember that it's all part of the process. I also want to say I'm sneezing and my nose is starting to run, so I don't know if that, like, 'cause sometimes weird stuff happens when I'm channeling energy, but I thought I would mention that there might be, you might have a cold, but also there just might be, because I'm getting an intuitive message that you might need to work on releasing the outcome and accepting the journey for what it is. If that is something that resonates for you, if you struggle with impatience, as I know I do, I know a lot of people do, and a lot of people who seem really patient and zen, it's like it's a process to get to that level of patience, because it's like if I know something good is coming, I want to jump forward to the part where I have the thing I want, but it's like part of learning to be patient is learning to accept wherever I am and work on like mindfulness and groundedness and that sort of stuff. So if that is helpful for you, there might be a message about that. Oh, I love this. Okay. It says, I thank God for protecting me from what I thought I wanted and blessing me with what I didn't know I needed. And so there may be some aspect even to the Six of Wands followed by the Eight of Pentacles where, and with like patience is a virtue and the hardest climb, you might not have realized when you started this process that it was going to take a long time or that there was an element of real work involved in it. It's reminding me of the concept of, and it's like a little bit of a fallacy of like, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. And then I'm reminded of, so I forget where I heard it, but somebody saying like, I love what I do, but I definitely work. Like you can really love and have a passion for something, and yet there's always an element of work, and I think that there just might have been this idea that you might have had like a certain idea of how fast something was going to take off or how easy something was going to be, and it just might not have turned out that way. It might have been to turn out to be a much longer process and much harder work than you were anticipating. It might be an idea that you might be able to see in hindsight why things didn't work out the way that you thought they were going to do. Like why, even though there might have been like initial success or interest, or even if it's just happening now, even though you've been working really hard on this thing for a really long time and you're just now starting to get to the Six of Wands, it's like there might be, in hindsight, you can maybe look back on that and say, if I had gotten all of the success that I wanted immediately right off the bat, I might not have worked as hard. I might not have put as much time in. I might not have worked so hard to create a much better product or done all of this spiritual work, done all of this shadow work, if I had had the thing that I wanted when I wanted it. And it's like, I'm grateful that I didn't get what I want because it was an opportunity, it was a blessing to receive something that I needed instead. And so I really like this card. I think this is a great message regardless, but that might be part of the process for you. It's like accepting that sometimes things don't work out the way we want them to because they're not supposed to. And it's actually like the, you know, the divine protection. Rejection is divine protection. Might be something that resonates for you. And there might also be a message that if it doesn't necessarily resonate for you yet, there might be a message that there might be unexpected blockages or delays that happen while you're in the process of the Eight of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles towards the Queen. And the message would be those blockages and obstacles are there because you are being protected from something that is not meant for you so that you can receive and achieve the things that are meant for you. So I wanted to say that, and then, oh, I love this. Okay. It says, I found you without looking, and I love you without trying. And I love that. This it speaks to me about like an effortless sort of relationship, and it could be that there's a relationship that's coming in, and it could be that because you've kind of laid the foundation, worked really hard to lay a certain foundation, worked really hard on just taking it one day at a time, one step at a time, being very methodical, being very committed, and like doing like diligent, kind of maybe even like nitpicky, detail-oriented work. Because you've laid that foundation, whatever comes after that is going to flow effortlessly. There might be a message there. And then I found you without looking and love you without trying. Again, there might be a relationship that's coming, that's going to come as a result of whatever you're working on. If that's doing spiritual work, if it's working hard on a project, or like a new job, whatever resonates for you in this reading, it might put you on a path. Again, putting you on a timeline that is putting you in alignment with soul family, a soulmate. If you're working in collaboration with somebody, it's like feeling that feeling of gratitude of, I wasn't really looking for this. I was just showing up every day and doing my part, you know, and it's like, I love you without trying. It's like with just having that soul level connection. So that could be related to a relationship. And it could also just be that feeling of like effortlessness of, because I've put the work in, everything else is just able to flow. And it's almost like because you have committed and practiced patience, and you've accepted obstacles and delays as gifts from the divine, you can embrace a path where you are doing the thing that you love. And you can continue to love that thing because you're not burning yourself out, if that makes sense. So that would be another way to interpret that. And with that said, that is where I'm going to leave your reading for today, Pile 3. I hope that you have enjoyed it. If you did like it, please feel free to give the video a like. Please comment down below and let me know how it resonated for you. If you like my videos and you want to see more from me, you can feel free to subscribe to my channel. And thank you very much for watching Pile 3, and I do hope to see you in my next video.